Hello, look at this box of goodies that just arrived. These are wax seals, the waxes I've been waiting for and seals. So these are from DLS. This is their Essentials collection. So this coordinates with the colours of their collections. And then this is the Popsicle collection, which are similar but some translucent ones in more pastel shades. Bought loads of stamp heads. Hope you can see these. Where are we in focus? There we are. Those butterflies are gorgeous. Blank ones. I've got a couple of blank ones. Some hearts. That one says hello. I think I've just shown you that one, I'm not sure. Where's that in focus? Let me find it. There it is. And this gorgeous leaves one. Spare melting spoon with a coaster. And then I've got 12 by 12 papers to go with some stories. I think there's some stories as well, shape stickers. I can't remember if it was Summer Stories or one of the others. But yeah, so gonna have play. So when I recorded this bit, stop talking, put the radio on. So I'm gonna talk about what I'm doing here. These are Essentials beads, so I'm just gonna drop some into the spoon for it to melt. Decided to use my tweezers because my pinch grip ain't that good, so sometimes I find it difficult taking the wax beads out of the storage. So I thought if I use my tweezers, be able to get hold of them better, and then end up pinging one across the craft room and having to recover it. I'm gonna use all three of the spoons I've got. So I've got 3 stamp heads set up as well. So I'm gonna use the green with the hello, the pink with the hearts, and then this beigey colour with the butterflies. You'll also see there I've got a pot on the desk as well, and that's some embossing powder, which I'll show you more of in a bit. So I'm just setting the spoons up so that I can have one starting to melt whilst I'm stamping another one. And yeah, got my new coaster there as well to pour the wax onto. I'm just showing you there the box and what it is. I use 5 beads in each one of these, with it being the first melt, so that it is, because there's always some residue left in the spoon, so you're not going to get it all poured out. Giving it a little stir with my pokey tool. You can use cocktail sticks, toothpicks. You can get little tools that have got silicone ends so it doesn't stick as much. Okay, this is the first top tip I've picked up from watching YouTube videos. Spin your spoon. So don't go back on itself because you end up with drips down the spoon. If you spin the spoon, then the wax stays in the cup of the spoon instead of dripping. With the seal, you're going to place it as close to the middle as you can, and then just let gravity, don't press it down. Absolutely love that. That's come out near perfect. I also, another top tip that I picked up from watching videos is don't try and make a circle with the wax with the spoon. Just choose a spot to pour it on and let the nature take its course, and it will land in a round. You only really need to move your spoon about if you're doing an oval or a square, you know, needing to change the shape of where the stamp's going to land. I do cut the bit out where it is setting with the stamping. It's 30 seconds to 40, 30 to 40, 45 seconds that I've left it to set. And when you see me struggling taking it off the coaster, it's because I've not left it quite long enough for it to go hard properly. It comes off easier the cooler it gets. And then I've got my little silicone mat there that my spoons are going on. So going to do the hearts here. So again, just pouring it in a puddle in the middle, and then spin the spoon so that I don't get any drips down the side of the spoon. Just the difference, how easy that makes it. So with this heart, there is no sort of solid circle around the outside of this stamp, so you do get a much more natural, let's call it, shape to the outside. I do end up doing extra beads in this one to get more of a border ridge around the edge, so that kind of stamp I think needs an extra bead. So here we are with the beige now. I do stamp the wrong stamp in this. I meant to do the butterflies and I do the hello instead. To begin with, I do the butterflies with just the wax. Forgot that this is what I've got the embossing powder out for. So there I am, spinning the spoon. I am putting some beads in the spoons as well so that it's ready for the next one. I do that whilst the stamp is in the wax drying. Now with this one, I'd overheated the wax, so again, another top tip I've picked up from watching videos: don't overheat your wax. If you overheat it, it A, gets too runny and you end up with not the greatest like depth on the seal, and you also end up with bubbles. So because I got that bubble in the edge of it, I do cut this up and actually re-melt the wax. So I just put it back in the spoon and remelt it. I also end up with this stamp's slightly bigger than the others, so you know I should have really gone with more beads. What I do when I remelt it is I go in and put some embossing powder. So this is a Wow powder. It's white, sorry, squeaky chair. Yeah, so I'm just holding it up there so you can see which one it is. It's White Puff Twinkle. And the embossing powder melts with the wax, but you also end up with the glitter through it. I've seen people using all sorts in the wax, so using actual glitter in there, an embossing powder like I'm doing here. I've seen people pouring the wax out and then sprinkling some sequins on and then putting the stamp on. Something I need to have a try of as well. So just stirring the wax in, helping it melt and stirring the embossing powder through it. This is when I actually use the wrong stamp for this. There's no such thing as wrong stamp, but not the stamp I intended, because I wanted to use the butterflies. Sorry, phone's pinging. I use my hello stamp instead, which I absolutely love how this turned out, and I'm watching this back now and I'm like, why did I do what I do next? So that's like almost perfect, so I absolutely love it, and you can see the glitter a little bit. What I do is, because I'm meant to do the butterflies with this colour, I cut it up and remelt it, so that I can then use the butterflies. So you'll see that in a minute. So yeah, cut it up, remelt it. I don't show the whole thing. I think the camera actually stopped and I hadn't realised it. But there we are, the butterflies. Much happy with that. You can see the glitter a little bit as well. And I did also, my battery goes, sorry, this chair really needs oiling. My battery went. So this is, I actually put 4 different shades of green in the furnace, and this is the result. So yeah, that's all from this quick video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.